morning, guys. Just gonna share a coffee moment with you. A beautiful coffee moment. Having one of my favorite roasts today. Warm November rain. Comes out every year from Dark Matter Coffee in Chicago. And they do the packaging a little differently every year, but it's always an homage to the epic video that was the November rain video that played ubiquitously for those of you who remember back in 1990 something. There's Axel. Isn't that cute? Like the whole scene from the video. That's my tea kettle, my hot water for my coffee. And then they rewrote the lyrics in a little poem, and there's the cake at the bottom that gets destroyed during the video. And it's just so cute, and it's an excellent roast. So that's what we're having today. Check it. Yep, it's gonna be delightful. Good morning to me. Every day we do the pour over in the truck. This is an absolute must. I wish you could smell it. It smells so good. Good morning, guys. I just wanted to take a moment. I'm at this rest area in, I don't know what town I'm in. I'll put it on the screen. It's the Salt Kettle Rest Area. You can't really see in this video, but it's like decorated for Christmas and it's super clean. There's a pond right here. It's a really pretty rest area. And there's a guy's truck running by me, so it's a little bit loud. Sorry, I hope you can hear me okay. But I just wanted to give a little PSA and say that if you come to a rest area and you see people that are actually working there cleaning it, which you see quite often at the nicer rest areas, I'm thinking of ones in Ohio, Illinois, and Wisconsin that I've been to especially that tend to be nicer. Take a minute and stop and say thank you to the people that are doing that work. Because I think some of us, as part of our what we're used to, maybe it's an American culture thing or certain regions of America, where you go to places and you see people working and you sort of just keep your head down and keep walking because you feel like it's weird to say anything to people. I think that's very cultural because it depends on where you are. Sometimes it's very normal to say hello to people. I think in the South, especially certain areas where people just tend to be more outgoing to each other and it's expected that you say something. Maybe it's, I don't know. I guess it depends on where you are. Am I full of shit? You tell me. But it's nice to say something to people who are doing that work. I've done those jobs. My mom does that type of work. I know other people who do that type of work. And sometimes it's weird how we can kind of not respect that type of work because we have these unofficial caste systems. But especially when you're a truck driver, you really appreciate a clean rest area, and you notice it if you use Trucker Path or something like that where you see reviews of places. Truck drivers really notice when places are clean and they'll tell each other, those of us who do care about that, which many of us do. So this is a really nice little rest area. It's really nice and clean and has a beautiful pond, and it would be a perfect place to do a 10 or a 34, I'm sure. I'm sure it gets a little bit full because it's a pretty busy rest area, or a smaller rest area, but I just wanted to throw that out there. Take a minute to say thank you to the people that keep it that way because those are not easy jobs and it makes such a difference for us that people do that work. So there you go. Have a nice day. Good morning, my friends. I'm on my 34, my first 34 on the road. Don't love that. I'm at Love's in Missouri, and it's a really big one. I think it has 110 spots or something like that. I mean, no, it's got more than that. It's way bigger than that. But I had to do laundry today, and there is one working washing machine for a huge lot. It's just one of those things that when you're on the road, especially if you're at a company that makes you do 34s on the road, it seems like it's always an issue. At most of the Love stops I go to, there's almost always at least one or washer out, one dryer out, and I don't blame the Love so much. It's just that they don't put enough of those units in for the number of parking spaces. And it's how big of a footprint are you going to get? Are you going to put a full laundromat in there? And then a lot of truck stops don't have laundromats nearby that you could Uber to if you wanted to. But who wants to take time on their 34 and spend money going, taking an Uber to go do your laundry? And those are the kinds of things that everyday people take for granted. And I talked about this with my best friend a while back. Like we joke about this sometimes. We feel like we will have made it when we have in-unit washers and dryers. And when you're truck driving, you really just realize what a luxury it is to like live somewhere that you have a washer and dryer. It's been many, well, one of the apartments I lived in did have a washer and dryer. That was awesome. I had a house at one point and we had a washer and dryer, and that was incredible to be able to just have your laundry in the basement, not have to set a timer because you're worried that if you show up 30 seconds after your washer is done, someone will have taken your laundry and thrown it on the floor or on the counter. The other thing that I always kind of like laugh to myself about and also feel annoyed by is that since most of my cohorts out here probably haven't been in the habit of doing their own laundry, they don't clean the lint filters because that's a lady's job. Anyway, do I sound bitter? What else can I tell you guys? I just didn't sleep well because this keeps happening to me every time I'm off. When I finally can sleep in, I have anxiety trucking dreams every time. And like that was happening this morning, where the first time I woke up it was like 4:30, and because I'm used to getting up at that time, or usually that's actually sleeping in. I'm used to getting up earlier than that. I went back to sleep a bunch of times because I kept waking up because my brain doesn't like to let me sleep. And every time I went back to sleep, I was having an anxiety trucking dream. And one of them was that I showed up to a delivery and I accidentally pulled into the wrong area after they told me go to these dock doors, go to dock door number, it was number 19. I don't know why I remember that from my dream. I went into an area that was like I turned into the wrong drive, and I just sat there and I kind of like off for a while and didn't move my truck right away. And then a party started there, and there were all these people everywhere around my truck, and I was like trying to tell the people that were running the place, like, I'm gonna have to back out of here and you're gonna have to get these people to move or something. It was so weird. It was like that kind of situation where there's just like 100 people surrounding your truck, just walking around, milling around, drinking and talking to each other, and you're like, oh shit. I woke up, went back to sleep, had another dream about like, I couldn't remember my dispatcher's name. That's what I was dreaming about. And I was trying to talk to different people in the dream that worked at my company and tell them that I needed information for my dispatcher. And then I was like, what are some of the dispatcher's names? I can't remember. I can't think of her name. I'm just so tired. I can't think of it. So tell me in the comments, do you have trucking anxiety dreams or anxiety trucking dreams, however I should say that? And if so, tell me if you have a funny one to relay. I would love to hear it. I'm gonna make some coffee. I really need to wake up, but I did get my laundry in and I'm really grateful. So with all my complaining, I need to like chill out, but I forgot to throw a couple things in the laundry and I'm annoyed. Anyway, I'll catch you later. Hello from a different angle. I got a different phone mount finally, and I've been wanting to test it out, and I hope this video looks okay because my truck has been running in battery mode for like the last hour. For those of you who stay out on the road and you know what I'm talking about, like, you know, it's best to let it run in battery mode because it's charging the batteries. But it's like noisy for filming, whatever. I waited, I was like, oh, I'll just wait a little bit, it'll shut back off. But anyway, I thought I would take advantage of this pretty golden hour lighting while it lasts. It's almost gone. And yeah, I had a little more fun with makeup today because I'm on a 34 and I freaking love doing that. One of my viewers turned friends turned me on to Bailey Sarian, and so now I like to do like listen to murder mystery and makeup, or like an episode of Dark History and put makeup on because it's fun to have a YouTube makeup buddy to listen to while doing makeup things. Anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit about this video that someone sent me, and it was by this, I think it's called Trucker Brown is the channel. It was like, I don't know, I know these types of videos are intentionally baiting, like that's the purpose, and I don't blame anybody who does any type of, well, within reason, but baiting, which we all do, all of us who are hoping to like make some money off of YouTube or TikTok or whatever, like we're all going to use certain keywords or certain subjects to try to draw attention to our videos. But I think some of it is when it's posts that are bringing up a subject that you know is going to invite a lot of shit posting kind of thing. That's never great. But anyway, it was something that I have thought about quite a bit as a female trucker who makes content for YouTube, and now I'm doing TikTok, which, let me first say before I get into talking about their video, that lately starting to use TikTok, I hate it. I hate trying to make videos on it. Even if I knew what I was doing with it, I would still hate it, because as I'm swiping through videos, almost every one feels like an ad. And it feels like what these platforms have done is turn us all into little salespeople, where we're all trying to peddle something or spam someone. And every 3 seconds I'm getting a commercial. And even if there's content that I find useful, like there's something that I like, a product that I like or something, it's just such a turnoff. And then another thing that happened recently is I didn't realize that I had an ad blocker turned on my laptop. I kind of had forgotten about it, and all of a sudden YouTube started being like, you're using an ad blocker, we're gonna block you. And I was like, oh, I didn't even remember that I did that. So I turned the ad blocker off, and I couldn't believe it, because I had mostly been watching YouTube on my laptop, not my phone. When I was watching it on my phone, I would always get ads, and I didn't even think about it. Just like, oh, it's, I don't know. I wasn't logged in on my phone, I guess. But then now YouTube is continuous ads. It's just like so many ads, which those of you who watch my channel and you watched an ad at the beginning of my video probably, and you may be watching one any minute now, I know it's like, you know, sort of a funny thing to complain about, because I want to make money off of YouTube, and that is making money off of ad revenue. But it's still, it feels gross to participate in it, and it's one of the like unfortunate and unpleasant aspects of modern society that, like, not only do we all have to watch ads, but then any of us who wants to like try to find another way to make some money off of what we're doing, it's like it turns us into these marketing robots, and I hate, it makes me feel gross. I just wanted to acknowledge that. Like, I am sorry if the advertising on my videos is annoying. And also, while we're on that subject, I've seen some ads that were for things that I strongly would disagree with and not want any of that shit attached to me or anything like that. So I just want you to know that I have no control over what ads go on my channel. Like, I don't know what kind of ads go on my videos unless I happen to watch one of them, which I do from time to time just to see how they upload it or whatever. Like, make sure they upload it okay, because I've had some moments where things didn't come through correctly and I didn't realize it until later. Anyway, so what I was gonna say about that video by Trucker Brown, and talking about, it was like female truckers on TikTok, and there's definitely a movement of truckers, female truckers, who overtly kind of sexualize their image on social media, and that's like a part of how they sell themselves, how they brand themselves or whatever, while they're also like doing trucking, and they're actually doing trucking. And it's interesting to read the comments from the men who are watching these videos, because it just puts you in this weird, as a female reading this stuff and thinking about this stuff, it's just like, oh, it's kind of a giant mind fuck, because like, personally, I do makeup this dramatic like this. I don't usually do my makeup this dramatic on a regular day if I wear makeup, because it's just, it feels like it's too time consuming for one thing. Like, I'm on a 34, so I have time to do it, but it's like incongruous with what I'm trying to, the type of content I'm trying to put out there. If I was putting out a different style of content for a different purpose, which I have ideas about, like my podcast ideas and whatnot, then I would go ham, because this shit is fun. This is more like the real me, how I used to always go to work or whatever when I was bartending. I tone it down for trucking, in part because there's no time for that shit, and also because it just doesn't feel like it matches with the rest of what I'm doing or whatever. And I'm not wanting to draw too much attention to myself that way. And also, while saying that though, I want to say, I don't fault any female or person who chooses to do a little more dramatic style makeup and heels, dresses, skirts, whatever you want to wear. Like, if you feel comfortable in that and you feel like you can adequately do your job, fine. I don't think it's the most practical thing to wear heels, just like I think it's absolutely impractical to walk around in sandals while you're trucking. That still blows my mind. I see it constantly and it blows my mind. Or like, as a woman, when I see other women in those videos wearing like booty shorts and like, you know, they have hot bodies and they're showing them off and wearing super tight minimal clothing and stuff, it makes me feel uncomfortable for them, because maybe it's because I'm older. I'm probably older than they are. And I'm looking at them and I'm worrying. Like, I'm thinking about them being looked at and also them being judged as like incapable, which is horse shit, because I guarantee those women work hard still And just because they are comfortable flaunting their bodies and maybe want that kind of attention, that sounded loaded, but like they want sexual attention, they want men to drool over them, good for them. Why the do you care? Like, when guys have a problem with that, it says more about the guy than it does about the girl. You know, it's like, well, many of you men out there like that, you know, but why are you being a hater? Why are you being resentful? Because this woman has something that she can use in the world. And it's like, for many women, it's sort of a way of being like, you know, it's hard for a lot of men to understand. It all comes back to patriarchy. But anyway, I'm not trying to give you a whole lecture or like get into subjects that'll get me in trouble on here, because this is ultimately a trucking channel, so we'll keep it more to trucking than we will to like big deep social issues. But I guess what I wanted to say is, like, don't be a hater. Like, you know, if you see a woman or person who is wearing something that doesn't fit with your idea of like what a real trucker, that phrase automatically irks me. Like, what is a real trucker? Any one of us who is out here hauling freight, doing a super dangerous job, putting ourselves at risk of death on a regular basis, subjecting ourselves to disgusting environments because it's part of what we have to do. Anyone who's doing that is worthy of respect, and it doesn't matter what the they're wearing. Even you sandal wearers, I mean, I think you look ridiculous and I think you make us all look bad. But that's a different reason though. My reasoning is different. It's like, yeah, if you're wearing like booty shorts and stuff, you're attracting attention and like you're probably distracting other drivers, and hopefully they're not going to break their neck by whipping their head around while they're in the truck stop and like hit something. But you're still able to function in your job. I think doing something like wearing sandals is just unsafe, you know, and it's also like unsanitary, and that's part of what irks me about it, is because I'm a anal retentive clean freak. So if you want to be dirty by flaunting your big fat ass, good for you. But if you want to be dirty by wearing sandals, ew, please don't. That's my rationale. I hope you like it. Otherwise, what else was I going to say? I don't know. I'm on my 34. I'm bored. I'm filming. I'm yammering. I'm talking too much. It's been 10 minutes. Jesus Christ. I don't know what else I have to say. But yeah, you fine ass ladies of trucking, go on with your bad selves. Do what you're doing. You're laughing all the way to the bank. I know you are. So I know you could give two shits about these petty hater dudes with their jerk energy. I'm currently watching a Swift driver who looks like they're trying to do a back, and on behalf of all the other truck drivers who make fun of you, I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. It's like there's plenty of people who get a job there that are just as capable as any other truck driving job. Oh, this guy's mad. He's mad at the Swift guys. Like, you're taking too long and I need to get in a spot. He's mad. When people drive overly aggressively at the truck stop, I want the universe to slap them, because calm your titties, honey. Calm your titties is what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, the only other thing I'm going to say is I am grudgingly trying to do TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, and all of it makes me feel gross. Maybe it's my journalism degree talking. Maybe it's because I really want to do things that are worthwhile, and it doesn't feel worthwhile to be part of this big, annoying, commercial, information gathering, spying, gross platform shiz. That's all I'm saying. Alright, well, that's all I got for you. I hope you're having a good day. If you see some big booty hoes, don't be mad. Just admire them and go on about your business. Yep, that's all I'm going to tell you. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.